What is up, y'all? It is me, HTG Brian, and a clanky spring here on my microphone boom. Sorry about that. I don't know if that was loud or quiet or if you even heard it, but what is up? It is the last day of July, which means it is time for Game Break. That's right. We're going to go ahead and talk things past, present, and future HTGs. I mentioned earlier, today's kind of like a prop show as I got a few things behind me here. I don't know how much you can really see. You can't really see much because of the camera angle, but ultimately we got our sunny beach background. It's pretty nice. A couple of years ago, or maybe it was last year, I was totally trolling Reese. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I had a background that actually had Reese's face in the sun. So it was like my son, right? Like sun. What's up to all? Just a quick reminder, this is a game break, so I don't greet everybody individually like I normally would on a stream. If you're interested in that, join us Monday, Wednesday, or Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific. And meanwhile, let's go ahead and jump into some things. First of all, welcome back. Hopefully you guys have had a good day/week. I know it's only the beginning of it, but not everybody runs the same schedule. Some people's Fridays are Mondays and vice versa. So this month, analytically, was actually pretty good for the channel. So big time shout out and thank you to all of you guys for the support. I know some of you do a pretty good job of spreading and retweeting and liking and stuff, and that really helps the channel out. There's definitely been a flux of views in the good way. As you can see, we got green and all things. In fact, we've jumped up to just under 2,000 subscribers in the last 28 days. That is huge. For some people that's minimal, for some people that's exponentially large, and we're really happy. We've kind of had a pace of 2,000 for the last 2 or 3 years. Ever since we hit 100,000, that's kind of been our wheelhouse. But for whatever reason, the last couple of months, it has not been as plentiful. So it's good to see that number climbing up again. And I think it's largely due to one of the shorts I made. Now, I only made like 5 shorts total. And only one of them has performed worthy of the time spent. And, even the numbers it's producing isn't really generating revenue. Those shorts just have such a different monetization. But what they do is bring in subscribers and new viewers. So it potentially hits new audiences. And the only downside to that is that when somebody subscribes because they liked my Goat Sim 3 video, they're coming probably looking for more Goat Sim 3, which is not necessarily something we're actively doing. Now, we streamed it, we had fun with it, but there's not a lot of Goat Sim content. Teflon with a $2 super chat. He says, yeah, buddy, thumbs up, Santa Claus. He's always wishing it was Christmas. What is up, Teflon? Good to see you. Thanks for the super chat. Now, back to the view count here. You can see we got just under 1 million. That's 936,000. You can see the K after it. So we're climbing back up. And now, as it sits, let me get a quick, a live view right now, because this information was actually captured quite a few days ago. I think it was Thursday before we left. We left Friday, but right now it's actually climbed up even more. The views are at 949,000.4, so 949.4. So just a little bit more, just under 10. Actually, no, 13,000 more views have accumulated. And the watch time, you can see, is 50.8. Over here, it's 51.2. So that's thousands of hours that we're talking, not just hours. Watch time, 51,000 hours. And that's a cumulative. Somebody shows up for 5 minutes, that goes into the pot. Somebody shows up the whole stream, that goes into the pot. And all together, we've had 51,000. That is insane. So again, big time thanks to you guys. A lot of the content that's being viewed right now is not necessarily the new stuff. Even the Lego 2K Drive is basically dead. It's almost to the point where I would normally just brush it aside and be like, all right, that was a failure. I'm not going to continue. That's not the case, and I'm going to talk more about that in a little bit. But the majority of the views are coming from Lego Marvel Superheroes 1 videos, a little of Lego Harry Potter, and a little bit of Lego DC Supervillains. Those are the top 3 biggest hitters for me right now. And I've said this a million times. Had I not have created those videos and uploaded them, there's no way I'd be able to keep streaming and doing the things. It's just the streams don't equivalent to the same as, the actual guide videos do. And it's obvious, right? I mean, the guide videos provide help to people And sometimes over and over, because they'll play the game on PS3 and then, oh, I got the PS5 version now. I'm playing the PS5, so I'm playing it again. And oh man, I played that when I was a kid and I really liked it. And oh my gosh, Brian's still making videos and still. So I mean, there's all sorts of ways, but I mean, that archive is what's literally keeping me afloat. But this last month, we've had some pretty good numbers. Now, also know that in a couple of weeks, school is going to resume. And I know I've talked about maybe going and taking some classes. I'm not sure that's going to happen because things didn't go as planned as far as setting it up for Reese. They've already basically did it all online. And now there is a counselor meeting coming up, and I don't know if that's this week or next week, but it is coming up, and we will definitely try to squeeze me in and ask some questions about where I stand and what it would look like for me to go back. And get a visual arts degree, something revolving around like, my animation, my graphics, my things that I'm capable of doing. And oh, snap, Teflon with another $2 super chat. Thank you, Teflon. Much love. You're trying to bump everybody out. Justin had the throne there for a minute, and you're trying to change that. That's all good, though. Much love. And so, definitely positive and a good month. I set up the Twitter button, and I messed with this a little bit because Twitter has changed from Twitter to X. I don't know if there's really going to be a name or if we're supposed to call it X, but I'm still calling it Twitter until further notice. I've got it all set up, and it's all appropriate. Like, everything is set. Like, I even did the test where it's all like, connect your Twitter, click here to see if it works, and it works. So I don't know why it's not tweeting out the information. So I'm going to try to hit the Twitter button right now, let everybody know that we're game breaking. And so it has 4 pieces. Think of like a pie, and it's split into 4 pieces, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And when it gets full, it completes like a symbol that's like thumbs up, good for you. But it gets to the 3rd one and then gives me an exclamation point and says, not happening. So I don't know what is going on with that. Let me just make sure that it didn't tweet it out, and if it didn't. Yes, it didn't. We got some news earlier about the launch tomorrow of a game called Zero Ops on mobile. Definitely something that you might look into. But that was the last tweet for me. Sadly, I did not get to meet up with my buddy Greg either and check out his supercharged car. Hopefully, I'll do that later tonight. Okay, I got to throw the image in there. I think it's this one. I hope it's this one. It is that one. All right. Did you guys notice the platinum trophy in the sand, too, of the thumbnail? I don't know if you guys caught that or not. It's off to the side, but the funny thing about that is that's not the platinum trophy anymore. We have a different one. So definitely a bit outdated. All right. So Facebook has a trademark on X, so there's that. Oh, interesting. I didn't know any of that. So that is interesting. All right. So, again, much love to you guys. Appreciate all the support, especially on the YouTubes. Brad suggesting a game, melt your brain, but it'd probably melt your brain. It's called Sightseer. Not familiar with that. I am very interested in the new game. What is it called? It's not Snapshot. What is it? It's it has to do with Polaroids and puzzly, but I was too scared to play it without any guides out because it just came out last week. That's real talk. I know there's going to be some spots that are like right in front of me, and the solution's right there, but I'm going to have no idea what to do. So me and the wife talked about it. We're talking about maybe having some nighttime streams. I also started talking about other streams. Somehow I derailed myself, but soon, once school goes back, I'm likely going to ramp up the stream day. So probably Tuesdays, maybe even Thursdays as well. And if it's not Thursdays, then it'll likely be Sunday. Sunday. We'll have to wait and see. I see Daniel's out there too. What up, Daniel? Pretty much everybody else I have already said hello to. I see Kelbear snuck in too. Currently on Free Roam DC Supervillains. Thanks for the help. Glad we could help out, Kelbear. I don't know if you noticed too, but you were a recipient of a gifted membership today. It happened during our first stream earlier today. So pretty sweet stuff. And it looks like Finest Cat also showed up, which I might have missed because I don't think they were here before the stream started, so I didn't get a chance to type and say hello. But what is up? What is up? Brian, been watching Lego Harry Potter 1 through 4, so I can't play. What? You can't? So you can plat the game. Okay. The autocorrect threw me for a loop there, sir. All right, so every year, My wife and I go on a vacation, and usually we take Reese. No, I'm just kidding. He comes with all of them. In fact, I was the fuddy-duddy that actually didn't always attend all of the days. Sometimes the wife would leave on like a Saturday to go for a whole week from Saturday to Saturday, and I would show up on like Wednesday, right, or Thursday for a day or two, sort of towards the end of the trip, kind of get to see what it was all about, whatever. A lot of it had to do with work. There was also some anxiety and stress, like the place at the time. We were a guest in those years that I didn't go early. And so we had to sleep on a hide-a-bed. And I do not do, I've already talked about how I don't do well on regular beds. Hide-a-beds, not for me. So like, again, if I don't get sleep, I'm very unfun to be around. And, you know, it was with her father and his wife. And so like nobody wanted me to be in that kind of mode. Teflon with another $2 super chat. Uh-oh, Justin, you've been officially bumped off, bro. Listen, it was great while it lasted. Do not feel obligated to take the tier back because Teflon will probably just keep bumping you. But much love to you both. Appreciate the support. So anyways, Eagle Crest this year was pretty awesome, except for the day before we went, I threw out my back. If you guys remember, in preparations to go to Eagle Crest, we had found out that the Prius that restripes most of the time had a headlight out. And so we bought headlights, and it's a whole long story, and I won't bore you with that. But long story short, I hurt my back putting the headlight in. Now, it sounds crazy, but you had to take the whole front end of the car apart, and it just was really unfortunate. So we left the next day. That was Saturday. We left Sunday. And then, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I barely got out of bed. Oh, snap, Teflon with another $2 super chat. This one's from Raised. Appreciate that. So it was really terrible. I really felt bad because I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything. We had Drexler with us, so we couldn't all as a unit go do some of the things that we had normally do, like in the previous years before Drexler. Like we went whitewater rafting one year. Found out that I make a really funny face as soon as we're approaching a rapid. It's sort of like a fear, but like also like bracing my face for like the water and splashing. Like they called it ape face because I looked like an ape when I did it. So maybe someday I can find some photos and show you guys. It's hilarious. And there's like 20 pictures that they took down the rapids from all the different, all 20 pictures have me making, it's not like a one-time deal. It was every single time. So anyways, so most of the time was spent in bed. So this is kind of like a glorified Drexler slideshow. So I hope you guys enjoy. There's a little video, but most of it's just Drexler. I did find a really tall weed that you guys will get to see as kind of the end piece here. But here it is. We began our journey. Nice big old gross beard there from me, and nice clean shaven Drex there. So Big Butte County in Lego 2K Drive, I often called it Black Butte. That is actually Black Butte right there. That is a small sort of mountain that has a small community right below it, and there it is, Black Butte Ranch. So often I would refer to Big Butte as Black Butte, and I just wanted to prove that it actually existed. So here we are, we're just pulling into the front of Eagle Crest here. We went, and I won't bore you with the check-in process and all of that. There's two sides of the property. One side has a golf course and a bunch of condos, and the other one is a hotel. We stay in the condos, and here's a quick little preview of what it looks like. So walking in the front door, that's the boys' room. They each get their own bed, and they have a nice little setup in there. There's the kitchen. You're going to see Reese and Roderick here in a second. There's the Reese man, and there's Roderick, both with their long, crazy hair. Got to go inside here. Got a nice little fireplace, a couple of couches, and some seating. And then it goes out into a back deck, which guess what? Surprise! This is what we run into all the time at Eagle Crest. We get outside and we look, and what's that? Zoom it in. We got some deer right there, like all over the place. They're so domesticated. They're so friendly. And it's probably really unsafe for them in the long run. But we are on the golf course. That is hole number 5, I think we determined is what it was. After about a 20-minute trip up the stairs, and look at me, I'm like walking all funny too. You can't really tell. I was trying to really tough it out. My back was so bad, I could barely walk and move. Now, you probably didn't notice, but the actual skylight over there was shattered. Not cool. But this is the bedroom. This is where we chill. PS5 and everything got set up right there. It's where I played all my games while I was hanging out, laying low in that bed, which is where I spent most of my time. And then just took a quick peek out the upstairs deck, which looks down below. And of course, the deer had frigged off by now, so they weren't in there. But look how green and beautiful it is. And oh, look at that. It's a sleepy Drex. We did lots of this. And oh, wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, it's a sleepy wife too. I'm not supposed to show that picture, so don't tell her. There's Drex chilling in the downstairs waiting for us to start a movie, which we did bring the projector, and we set up the projector like we always did, but I didn't get any photos of that. So you've seen it in the past, though. But here, I know I told you guys that we had like a little foot pedestal, an ottoman, a seat right at the bottom of our bed. And the second night, Drex figured out that he couldn't sleep on the bed with us, and he didn't like sleeping on the bed on the floor, so he slept on the ottoman. And here's right out back. This is as far as I could go for, like, I think this was day 2 maybe that we were here. Drex was getting ready to go for a walk. He was a little unsure of what was going on. I think he spotted a deer off in the distance. I was trying to show him, like, he's very, like, bird dogging right now. Like, something's over there, Mom. I think we need to go check it out. So they did. They took off and went checked it out. And not yet, though. Wifey was on pause, it looks like. So here is part of the walk that we took later in the week. I believe this was Thursday or Friday. Beautiful sunset right there, Crest. You can see Drex on the far right side of the road there. Whee! And here he is, living large. He loves the tall grass. He will hop for days. I'm sure you guys remember last year's video where he's just boing, 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 boing. He's all over the place. And I think, hopefully I edited out. He drains the tank right at the end of this clip, and I'm not, oh no, I didn't delete it. Oh wait, maybe I did. Oh, no. Yeah, this should have all been removed, so I apologize for that. And the giant weed. Is that not the tallest weed you ever done seen next to the fattest, roundest dude you ever done seen? Pretty crazy, huh? All right, so that's it for Eagle Crest. Like I said, not a whole lot went down. We definitely did the normal stuff. We ate at the places we like to eat. We went and got one of my favorite beers that is actually made in Redmond, which is about 15 minutes away from our condo there. So we went there and grabbed a couple of growlers a couple of times, because the second time we went there, I was in such bad shape, I couldn't leave the car. So the first time I like struggled and barely got in there, and it took me a long time. And Jillian tended to the dog. Drex needed to go to the bathroom or something. And so we could bring him in there, but we weren't, he's a little bit skittish on a leash and whatever. And so we didn't take him in the first time. The second time I waited in the car with Drex, because it was extra hot and we didn't want him on the pavement. And Jillian went in, and she was like sitting there waiting, and she saw something on the board, and she was like, hey, can I try that real quick? And I don't remember what it was, but it was like a lemon cucumber seltzer water, but it had alcohol. It was like a hard seltzer. And she loved it, fell in love with it. And of course, they don't bottle it or sell it over here. I don't think we can get any kegs of it or anything. And it's probably for the best, because like I said, we're trying to cut back on our drinking and our sugaring and our things like that. So definitely good. But, had a fun time regardless of the situation. We weren't able to go kayaking. There's a place over there called Hosmere Lake that's just like pristine and beautiful. And someday I'll get over there and I'll definitely take videos of it. Growlers, they bite back. They can if you drink them all in one sitting, for sure. But yeah, so great trip all in all. The worst part about the trip, though, so there was kind of one like, God, and I know I've shared this with you guys previously, but just to add on to the story here, we went Sunday. It was Sunday to Sunday, right? Except for Sunday when we got there, we found out that glass was shattered. And I just now noticed too that I had a picture specifically for that didn't make it in there. At least I don't think it did. I missed it if it did. And I was narrating, so it probably didn't make it. But we had to call guest services because of the shattered window. And again, just to clarify, the window was spider webbed, like it was broken, but it wasn't broken. It wasn't affecting us at all. It's double pane glass. The top layer had broke. Obviously, they needed to replace it for the future renters, but we were just like, hey, we don't want to pay for this. So they're like, oh yeah, we'll be there in an hour. And they never showed up. And then the next day we had to call again. GPG, thanks for the membership. Much love. Thanks for the support. We then the next day found out that, I hear the cutie. Mew. Come here, Mew. She's on the prowl down there. She's running her siren right now. Hey, you. Come here. Everybody wants to see you. Come here. Yeah, there we go. It's the Mewstress. Look at that. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Oh, yeah. Say hi. How are you? Are you hungry? You looking for Mom? Looking for your feeder? Yeah, you come up and say hi. That's nice you came up. I think you came up last game break, too. Kind of funny how that happens. She hardly ever comes up here anymore, mainly because Drex is up here a lot, and he's kind of a harasser. Although she just goes all the time, so I kind of like let him harass sometimes. But anyways, when guest services finally showed up to talk about that window, we found out that we had checked in on Sunday, but our reservations were from Saturday to Saturday. So we totally paid for a day that we didn't use. And I mean, it's not super expensive. Like, it's pretty comparable to a decent hotel per night. We pay roughly like 175 or something like that per night. So, but that still sucks. We blew a night. That's a couple of, I mean, that's some food or whatever. So, yeah. So next year will be different. We already got our trip booked for next year. It's like like June 30th. I mean, we got it written down and we confirmed it this time. So, yeah. Okay, so hey, you're really clawing up my leg, and as much as I love you and everybody else wants to see you and stuff, I'm gonna move you back over to the chair. I know you don't normally get to free reign on my chair, but for now, I'll let it, because I don't want to be a meanie on camera. All right, so next up, I got a couple of props. So first of all, a couple of weeks ago, I was really excited, looking forward to getting to race my GTI. Some of you know, some of you don't. I've had a car for 5 years that I bought pretty well equipped. Lots of stuff done to it, and I've continued. Like, I've dumped ridiculous amounts of money into a car that's not worth that much, but it's worth a lot to me. And so I had to accumulate a bunch of things, and one of them was this fancy helmet. So I finally got myself some safety. When your car is 14 seconds or faster, so 13.99 or lower, you have to wear a helmet. Notice me and Cutie are matching. Now, for those that don't know, this actually matches my car too. My car is white, black, and red. And by the end of tonight, there will be some sort of Happy Thumbs representation on here, whether it's just a Thumbie, whether we got some Booyaka Shows. Reese and I talked about putting a Get Good right here. So it'll be styled up. But the reason why I have this out and showing it to you is because I've mentioned quite a bit that in order to race, not only you have to go through tech inspection and all this stuff, which before wasn't working. Like how I got my strap all up here. It's not supposed to be there, by the way. That's just kind of how it went on. But ultimately, I was worried about having to be in a hot car with no air conditioning available. And no, you can't roll the windows. You can't race with the windows down. So it's going to be hot. You have to wear pants. You have to wear closed-toed shoes. So basically your whole body has to be covered. Teflon with another $2 super chat. So I looked into all sorts of options. Like Greg, my buddy who does a lot of the car stuff with me, and we determined that I needed something, and he agreed, and he was going to maybe follow. He's an electrician, pretty smart. He found some at-home stuff, and we talked about maybe getting like a converter, but then we started talking about, okay, well, the converter is going to be sucking power. That probably won't, but it might affect the racing and the results, so we didn't want to have something running off of the AC. So then we started looking for other alternatives. So Jillian was just like, why don't you just get like a wet towel? We'll keep a cooler, and you can just dip it in there, and you can put the wet towel around your neck. It might drip down on your shirt a little bit, but you'll be cool, and it'll feel great. And I was like, that's a great idea. And so I was just tooling around on Amazon, looking at different air conditioners that I might be able to plug into my cigarette lighter or whatever. And I ended up stumbling across this thing called, I think it's called Coolify. I don't know where the box is. I think it's called Coolify. But check this out. It's a little device. It's got patented metal. It's a special kind of metal that sits across the back side here and along the neck. And what you do is you actually wear it around your neck. You see how cool that was? It just goes right around. So just to clarify, I won't be wearing this while I race because it's likely a safety hazard. The helmet needs to move a little bit, and I don't want to have this. And like Jillian mentioned too, like if something happens, the helmet could crack this and plastic could break, and it might break in a sharp, might cut me or something. So I won't be wearing this while I actually go down the track. But while I'm waiting in line and staging, and it's 90 degrees outside, and I'm in a hot car on hot pavement, I can put this on, and it's got 3 different temperatures that blows cold air. So there's this little chip that gets cold, and the cold blows, with the fans, and the fans blow directly onto this metal that gets like icy cold within like 2 seconds. Not even kidding. They say 1 second on the box. It's like 2 seconds. It starts blowing instantly, and it is cooler air instantly, but it's like, in your car, you get in the air conditioner, you turn it on, and it's like, it takes 30 seconds to 10 minutes, depending on how good your system is. There is a little bit of a lag or a delay on this when you first turn it on, but I mean, the thing blows. So here, I don't know how well you can hear it or. So I'm like super stoked. It's got like 30-hour life. So one charge lasts a long time. Probably less than that on the higher version. But so as soon as once I'm at the burnout box and the car in front of me is boom, and they take off, right? They're gone. I can literally take this off. I can pull it right off my back of my neck, and I can reach over and stash it right in the back seat. Like in my front seat, it has a little back pouch, right? Like where the person's knees or feet would be from the back seat. It's like right there. So I can just put it right there. So it's not loose. It's not banging around. It's not going to hurt me if I wreck or somebody wrecks into me. It's not going to be a problem. And then as soon as I get to the end, you do a 180. You turn at the end of the track. You turn and do a hard right turn onto a return road, and then down that return road, you come all the way down. Now it's my understanding that I'm supposed to wear the helmet and all that all the way down, so you can't run your air conditioning at all, because the car will condensate and create drips. And even if I get done with my pass, like if I'm done racing for the day, I can turn my air conditioning on at that point and cool as I'm coming down. You're not supposed to run your AC at all once you cross into the actual building or the lot, because the car drips. And if it drips water on a track that's built for racing and a car comes through, it could be slippery and it could cause traction loss and mistakes. So, definitely super stoked and curious to see how this works, because got my helmet and it's gonna, I mean, you gain a lot of heat in the neck up, right? Like your head retains a lot of your heat. So, or cool. So this is going to be really nice. So, if you guys are interested on it, I can provide some links or whatever later. Now, while we were at Eagle Crest, one of the things, the final day that I was able to move around and do stuff, we went to a comic shop called Geeks, Nerds. And the reason we went there is because I'd seen a social media post from Jason Mewes, who is a comedian / actor, and he's like the hetero life mate of Kevin Smith, who's like I arguably could say one of my favorite, but he is my favorite producer. Just love everything about Kevin. And so Jason posted that the last cover for Quick Stops, a comic that I didn't even know existed, was out. And so I thought, you know what? Let's go see. They're not going to have these locally, but let's go see if they do. And I went to this amazing comic book shop, Geeks, Nerds in Redmond, Oregon. It was like a weird like car shop building turned into, and it was painted red like a barn, but it literally had upstairs, downstairs, toys galore, all sorts of stuff. And it was awesome. And I was like, hey, do you guys have Quick Stops? And they were like, yeah, we sure do. So I grabbed the Quick Stop comics, and sadly they did not have them all. So there are 4 issues of the comic, and there's variant covers. So like issue 1, this is number 1, but this is also number 1, and this is also number 1. So they're all variant covers. And then we've got a couple for 2. In fact, do I have both of the 2s? Yeah. So I've got both of the 2s. And then we've got a 3. And then the 4. So 1 and 2 both have variant covers. So far, I have not been able to find out if there are any other covers. Now, they're comics. They're probably not going to be worth much, but you know, as a collector, I have a hard time opening and doing things. But luckily for me, they also have a hardcover version of it that has all of the comics printed in here. And in true Kevin Smith Clerks fashion, it's all in black and white. And I'm pretty sure I've got the whole collection now, because at the very end, it has like a sequence of like different images, and it like sort of talks about the issues. And I'm pretty sure that there are no covers that I don't have. Now, eBay got me twice, because I thought when I was looking to find covers, I thought that they actually had some different ones. But what had happened was the seller posted a photo, and in the fine print of the photo itself, like on the very bottom right corner, there was like some text that said something like not final image, or image subject to change, or something like that, right? So they basically used a promo image from like before the comic maybe was officially out. And as a result, I thought I was getting something different. So I ordered, turns out 2 comics I ordered. I was like, yes, I got variant covers. I'm completing my collection. I can't find any others. This is it. And they showed up and I'm like, this is a duplicate. What the crap? And so I went and I looked and I was like, oh man, sure enough, not necessarily the final print or whatever the wording was. And so then like 2 days later, the other one came that I had ordered, and I was expecting like this collage. And it's funny because one of them actually has a whole bunch of like a collage, right? But what had happened was they had used a zoomed in version of it. And so I thought it was a completely different cover. And I didn't realize that that zoomed in version was part of the collage. So I got duplicates. So I ended up giving one to Reese. Actually, I gave two to Reese. So, and I still have a couple of duplicates. So I have triples of a couple, and not thrilled about it, but at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. Whenever I decide to get rid of them, or when I die and Reese, or maybe his kids go through them or whatever, hopefully they'll have value, and having more than one of a couple might help sell or whatever the case may be, right? So definitely cool stuff. Now, next up, this is something I kind of threw in as a last minute, and to be completely honest with you guys, we haven't been doing sweets, like no sugars, no nothing. Even like my drink I have right now, this is my friend's drink. It's Copa. It's actually a CBD drink. This one is their Essence, which is, so normally they have fruit juices and stuff, and a lot of the fruit juice medleys that he makes have pineapple in them, so I normally can't do those. But turns out he didn't do it for me, but he understood that I was probably not the only person that was not able to drink some of those because of the pineapple or the high acidic fruits that he was putting in there. And so he got the Essence. So this is kind of like a sparkling water you'd get. So not a lot of flavor, but does come with a punch of CBD to help, which, I've been struggling with my back quite a bit, and it's good until it's not. And like, it's weird. So like yesterday I got out of the car and we just driven for like an hour and a half. I could barely make it into the house, and it was a whole new spot, something I didn't even know hurt or even existed. Hey, what up, boo? So I definitely was like, thinking that maybe this CBD, because if you guys don't know, CBD is sort of labeled like nature's Advil or aspirin. So, I'm all about it. So I'm checking some of this out, but sugar-free, no sugars for me, at least not right now. So next up is the sugar. Check these out. Have you guys seen these? They're Super Mario Oreos, or some Oreos. Fun story. I told this earlier, so if you were if you watched the entire Ridge Racers earlier, you already heard this. I apologize, but long story short, I was Amazon priming a couple weeks ago when the deals were happening, and I saw these came through as like a suggested item, and they were $5.03, so 5.03. Some of you know, some of you don't. I live in 503. That's my area code here in Oregon. I had a SOCOM clan 503. I've got 503 tatted on my arm here in sign language. Like 503 is my jam. And so when I saw 503, like Boo said, when I said it to him, he goes, "Oh, that was meant to be. Sounds like that was meant to be." So I ordered it. Sad part is that the coupon that made it from 560 or whatever to 503 was only good for one package. And I ordered 6 because I had 5 boxes of Mario cereal, and I thought maybe somehow I could pair those up and sell those later. Again, collector, being a weird collector. So I thought, well, I'll get 6th one so I can eat one, right? Because I thought they were going to be like different color and everything. It's like the gold on it. I mean, it shows a black cookie right on the front, but for some reason, the gold and the aesthetics made me feel like the cookies were like the tan, like the brown cookies instead of like the dark black or brown, whatever. And so anyways, I'm already aware that they're not tan cookies. They're not like a different version, but sugar. This smells so good. Oh, it's been a minute since I've had Oreos. They're not double stuffed, so that's kind of a bummer, but so yeah, I'm not even sure what's going on here, and I'm gonna have to take my glasses off because I can't see anything. So it looks like I got a Bowser. Again, I have no idea if they're all, so it's only on one side. And I mean, that's Bowser, right? Holy cowser. I believe that's Bowser. Unless it's upside down. It almost looks like a Goomba upside down. Wait a minute. Is that a thing? I remember there was some weird fact about the Goombas being something upside down, or something in Mario being an asset that was just turned upside down. It was like, what? But anyways, cookies showed up 6 different boxes, bunch of others. The Amazon delivery guy was pissed at me, and rightfully so. All right, so I'm gonna see. I'm just gonna kind of peek through. I'm so this is stupid, but like people find a Cheeto that looks like a Pokemon and they sell it on eBay for like $10,000. These are supposed to be sort of rare. Not a lot of people have access to them, but I'm finding that everywhere I go seems to have them. So I don't know if it's just been delayed and that places just are now getting them or what. But I have honestly heard, I have read, I think it was on Twitter I saw it, that the Princess Peach is like impossible to get. So I'm gonna turn on another light here because I'm old and I've got bad eyes. I mean that's Bowser, I think. I mean, does it show all the different peeps? I don't even know how many there are. All right, so we got Bowser. Let's grab a couple out here and see what we got. So again, it's only on one side. Oh, okay, so that's definitely. Is it definitely? Yeah. Okay. So that's Yoshi. Wrong way. There we go. Yoshi. It looks like almost looks like Ren and Stimpy or something. Who the crap is that? Is that another? Looks like a turtle. I think it's the turtle. You know, the Koopa, Koopa Troopa. Boy, it's hard to get the light right on the camera because the lights aren't coming from that angle. So far, no duplicates. Okay, so wait a minute. That looks like Raphael. Like, I didn't know the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were in here, too. So, different Bowsers. Maybe not both Bowser? You tell me. What's going on here? Up. Can you even tell? Is this even worth doing? Should I have done this with my other camera setup? Oh, and what is that? That's the weird... I don't even know what that dude's name is, but he's often like a helper, like an accomplice. Making me hungry. I got new eyeballs. I do not. When I can smell like real food being cooked, wife's making chicken. So here's maybe that's what the first one was? No, it's definitely not. So here's like the shell. They all seem to be different. So that's a turtle shell. Turtle. And here's a Goomba. That's for sure a Goomba. So I thought this might have been a Goomba upside down, but it's not. There's a Goomba. I mean, you could tell that is definitely a Goomba. You don't want to just like jump on it and squish it. Somebody made a weird noise downstairs. Oh, and no, that's the star. That's the flower power. What's the flower power sound? Don't ever do that again. All right. Oh, and here's a ghost. Man, I wasn't gonna eat one until I got a duplicate, and this is killing me, y'all. So we got a ghost. Whoa, I'm pretty sure that's Mario. Luigi? Muigi? Luario? It's me on an Oreo. Oh, that looks like just like a coin. So, okay, so I'm still a few cookies away from being through 2 full rows, and we haven't had a duplicate yet. Oh, yes! It's a Yoshi. Definitely can tell that's a Yoshi. All right. Nobody's home. I'm not eating Super Mario Oreos. It's just an Oreo. Not even double stuff. A little ASMR. Bobby, where you at? This is for you, bro. Oh, it's a, it's a, it's what's the name of these? It's one of the, mhm, mhm. Comes out of the pipe. It's like a Venus flytrap or a, what was her name? Not Simone. Oh, what was it? Feed me, Seymour. What was? Oh, I got another Malario, Maluigi. I don't know what's going on. What's wrong with your face, bro? What's wrong with your face? Why is your face not all there? Is it crunchy? Keep waiting for wife to yell up, "You're gonna ruin your dinner." Not wrong. All right, what's next? We got a mushroom. So I guess one would almost have to open up more than one pack to know. Here's another Malario. I don't know what is going on with your face. Like, seriously, what is going on with your face, bro? Gotta eat it. Come on, man. I'm on a diet. All right. I still haven't got a Princess Peach yet. I'm gonna stop eating them, though. I'm putting them back, and then I'll pull out the final row and see if I can find a Princess Peach, or if we'll leave today's stream thinking that we're not as peachy as we could be. All right. So unless we get a new one, I won't show it. Okay, we got another one of those angry. Okay, we got another Malario. Got another coin. Another ghost, another Malario. And only got 3 left. Another Malario, another flower, and another mushroom. So I didn't get a peach. I don't know if peach is even for real, but I didn't get one if there are. So maybe what I read was true. Oh yeah, I didn't even show you the Doom comics. I didn't even show you the Doom comics. I was supposed to show you the Doom comics too. I got too excited about the sugar. So while we're at Geeks, Nerds, I was like, hey, what do y'all got as Doctor Doom? And he goes, well, do you have the Doctor Doom series that came out about a year ago? And I was like, nope. He's like, cool, we do. So I managed to get a bunch of them. So I got number 1, number 2. They all have different covers and they tell different stories about Doom, different eras, sort of different, because like Doom sometimes fights against like, Fantastic Four. He's also been known to be spotted in like Spider-Man. So there's sort of the different versions of Doom from different artists. Super cool. Now, there is a hardcover for these as well, but it's like a 500-page encyclopedia because there's a lot of Doom content, and it's like $120. Wife was like, I know what I'm getting you for your anniversary. So I don't know if she ordered it or not, but there is a possibility that I might have that coming to me in the next couple of days. Now, hopefully not, because I haven't bought squat for the wife yet, because we were talking about doing this. We were almost going to go to maybe go up to Jersey. I know I mentioned that to Mike earlier. And just so you know, Mike and Cheryl, the whole reason I would be interested in meeting in Jersey is because, what we want to do is we want to fly into New York, or at some point be in New York, to meet up with Garth, Jillian's brother, and his partner Dan. And so we would love to meet up with them and go hang out, whatever. They have some places that they go to the beach and do different things around the area, which we don't know at all. Jillian's been there a whole bunch of times. I've never been there, and I swore I would never go to New York. But here's the thing. As I mentioned Jay and Silent Bob and Kevin Smith and all that earlier. The movie, the reason why I know who they are is because he took a chance and made a movie called Clerks. Clerks was made at a Quick Stop, which happens to be in New Jersey. It is a real building that functions as a Quick Stop. Lots of people go there. It's a tourist attraction now. They've sort of made it awesome. And I've never been there. I've wanted to go there. I see people posting things. I don't even know if it's still available. I know after the movie revamped the whole building and did a bunch of stuff. So I don't even know if it'd be the same or whatever. Excuse me. But I want to go check that out. Now, also, they have a comic book shop, Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. Also in Jersey in the red light district, red zone, red district, whatever it's called. So obviously probably not in the same place, maybe a jaunt, maybe halfway across the state or something, but I'm guessing they're fairly close to each other. So I wanted to do those two things. So we talked about maybe doing that for our anniversary, which is totally a Brian thing. But here's the thing. I hate traveling. And there's not many places that like I want or need to go that would want to make me travel. I want to go to Germany because I want to see Autostat. I want to go to the Volkswagen Museum. I want to go to the Nürburgring. I want to go to the Autobahn. There's things that all pretty heavily located in a similar area, but just not. I mean, that's an expensive trip. So maybe someday. But at Red Bank. So I've been to the start. You've been there, huh? In Red Bank? Very cool, Brian. I actually know, not very closely, but I loosely know a person that was actually on the show, Comic Book Man, where was filmed in the Secret Stash. But I've never been there, and I always thought every time I watch an episode, there's all these stickers in the back, and I thought, man, Thumby would look so good in one of those little open spots because it just fits in. Thumby just sort of hits that same vibe that they have there, and I doubt I'd be able to get a sticker there. And the show's not on anymore, so it's not like it'd be seen there, but. It'd still be cool to be on the wall of, stickers there. 45 minutes away. Okay. Well, hey, I'll certainly, if I ever head that way, I'll certainly announce it. And if there's anybody that wants to meet up with me or whatever, I've been known to do that in the past. We won't like rent out a facility and make a con out of it or anything, but we definitely could maybe meet up and have some food or a cup of coffee or something like that, depending on who it is and where we is. Let's see here. Grew up in Jackson, New Jersey. Okay. All right, so cookies for Dragon and Raised. Step along with another $2 super chat. Thank you, buddy. It looks like he realized GPG was on there, so he's like, gotta bump him off. All right, so I mean, I've got my prop show done, so you can no longer call me Carrot Top. I'm not gonna be popping out any more props, but again, I'm going to be racing on Thursday, so I'll have some information. I'm going to try to get the GoPro set up and maybe have some footage of that too. I don't know if any of you even care about that, but I certainly do. That's going to be fun for me. And I'm not done yet. We do have a current schedule. The schedule is the same days, but the lineup's a little different. Now, if you paid attention last week, we actually started a new game on Wednesday, but we're also going to be starting a new game on Monday. So today was the final day of Riders Republic, at least for a while. We may return when some DLC hits and we have more things to do. But I myself got the Platinum Trophy, and Boo is gonna get it sooner than later. And Kirsten is like a day or less away too, assuming that the connectivity will return for her. So Apex is going to remain on Fridays, and as I mentioned, that we're gonna beef this up here in a couple of weeks once the school schedule resumes. I'll definitely have more time to do stuff. And Boo says thumbs down, and he's talking about not the stream schedule, but of course the fact that he didn't get the platinum. It's coming, I promise. I know it is. I got faith in my Kanuka. All right, so we got SpongeBob DLC Power Wash Monday. And then we're going to return and continue to play through Cosmic Chaos. No, what the crap? I can't even. It's so small. I can't even see it. Justice League Cosmic Chaos. Yeah, okay. I had it right. Shh. Second guess me. Crap's wrong with you. But yeah, so, and then, like I said, Apex on Fridays, unless otherwise noted. And question. On my next, like next time that Nom isn't like I can't field a team or whatever for Apex, right? Would you guys want to see Dredge again? I know it's been asked about a time or two, but it was never really clear, like, if you guys were interested in seeing that, if that was fun. I felt like I was getting to a point where it was getting sort of stressful as a player. Kind of like that Park game that I played, Park Beyond. Like, as somebody doesn't really know what they're doing and is, like, sort of, like, limping by, getting through it, I wasn't sure if that's something I would like to have a backup plan for Apex, and it used to be High Five, High Five Rush, High Five Rush, High Five Rush, High Five Rush. Um, but you know that game's sort of outdated and out of there, and I played it a couple times. I know I'm close to the end, but I definitely would like to see something in its place in the event that like Nom can't be there. I know Boo was gonna potentially download the game, but we'll see if that ever happens or not. But yeah, so that's the schedule moving forward for the next couple of weeks, anyways. Obviously, the pineapple stuff won't be super long for the SpongeBob. But let's see. Will you be doing the Power Wash Final Fantasy DLC? I feel like I did some or one of those in the last one, but I also feel like I made a point to save it. So I'll have to get back to you on that, Kelbear. Essentially what I'll probably do is do the I keep calling it pineapples, the SpongeBob stuff, and then potentially the other stuff didn't have trophies, correct? There were no trophies for the Final Fantasy, and like, right? There was no trophies for those. SpongeBob has trophies, so I'll be focusing on those first, and then if it works out, yeah, I'm not against it. I like that game, and I wish there was more content. I wish there was more things coming. But so far I haven't. Chacho wants Borderlands 3. Yeah. I mean, Borderlands 3 probably wouldn't be a Friday replacement, but it might end up being one of the extra days or taking place of Monday or, depending on availability. See, Borderlands is one of those games too that I definitely want to have a team. And also, it's sort of important to not only have a team, but a team that knows each other and is going to pace at the same pace. Like I made a mistake a long time ago and played The Division with Tyler P, and Tyler P was like level 200 and I was level 0. So I couldn't hurt or do any damage to any of the baddies, but Tyler could just like wipe them clean, like 1 or 2 bullets and they were down. And so, being at different levels can definitely affect the way the game is experienced. Yeah, so I mean, there's definitely possibilities. I'll show you how to play. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, so you guys probably remember I also just got back from the coast. This is just a last minute sort of whipped together slideshow I got for you guys. So again, another glorified Drexler video, but here we go. This is off the patio of my mom's upstairs balcony looking out at the Pacific. That is Salishan Golf Course down below it, and that's the Salishan area. There's Drexler and Roxy's butts, because I was trying to get a picture of them, and as I snapped it, they went from being one side coming at me to literally going the other direction. They're pretty crazy. Drex spent a lot of time looking down at multiple golfers that were coming through. He'd hear the ka-ch of the golf ball getting struck, and he would always be like, what the crap is that? Here's a view from down below. I've never shown you guys the rest of the house, so I figured I would showcase a little bit of it, although I didn't get pictures of everything. You can see there is another deck upstairs for my mom's actual bedroom. Right below that, there is one of those, I don't remember the term for it. It's a hot tub, but it's not like a hot tub. It's like a special kind of pool. And there's Drexler over there. There's actually apple trees and stuff along that back. It's not an orchard, but there's these special apple trees. Here's the main kicking it room where we watch movies. In fact, we watched a couple of movies and definitely spent a lot of time in that area. There's also a pool table right behind that. And just to the left of where this photo ends, there's a wall. And that's the kitchen through the door there. But just between the kitchen and that wall, there is a mini bar. Now, there is a private beach, but we do have to drive quite a ways to get down to it, and it's craziness. And, of course, we do not trust Drexler off lead in a public place like this just because his recall is not what it should or could be. So he has a 50-foot lead that we let him be on. So he can be free, but he's also still very much under our control. But they have a blast running back and forth, and what a gorgeous day. Like, I didn't want to, like, make a comparison or, like, anything like that. But recently, Tude had gone down to Mexico and was in Cabo. And he took a photo of Cabo, and it was beautiful. A blue sky for days, beach for days, nobody on it. And I thought, man, that looks so much like my beach that I go to kick it at. So there you go. Look at that. What a gorgeous friggin' day. But yeah, so Drexler's number one thing he likes to do at the beach is dig. And he dug probably 20, 25 holes. The worst part about it, though, is he wants to do it right at your feet. So he likes to, like, dig up. And you can look at my feet there. I'm just getting tatered. And this was a light dosing. Like, there were times where he was literally just kicking it right up on me, filling my shoes up. I mentioned that we got dive bombed by a big plane. I mean, look at this thing. If I'd had my drone out, this would have been conflict for sure. I mean, he was literally like 150 feet off the ground. Now, I asked my stepdad, like, why was that so low? That's not normal, isn't it? He said, absolutely it is. Naval planes run that all the time, and they actually drop people out of the plane. So, like, Navy SEALs actually can jump out of that into the water. Here's Drex at it again, digging to China, as they say. Definitely trying to make his way all the way through to the core and getting his cardio in, that's for sure. Notice he's a pretty strong right-handed digger, but he does get both paws going. There's me, Drex, Roxy, my mom, and her husband, Sean. And we did get another photo with Jillian in there too instead of Sean, but I didn't share that one. Drexler didn't have quite the funny look on his face. Here's a sunset from the lower balcony. There's a fire pit. I don't know if we actually get to see the pit. Oh yeah, you do. But there it is. So that was Mom's place, or at least a brief glimpse of what it's like to chill at Mom's. And again, the downstairs room. So let's see if I can get that going again. There's a okay, come on. Let's do it again. So here in like the third or fourth picture in, it's downstairs looking in, and let's see if I don't think I can stop it, but maybe we can get a glimpse of it again. So they just remodeled the whole downstairs, and here in a second, there's a sliding door that goes in right behind the little hot tub. That actually goes into an open area with a ping pong table, a dart board, that's like electric and super smart. So right here, so in that sliding door right there, that and then the far left side over on the bottom, that is our apartment. So that's where Jillian and I stay over there. There is a little kitchenette, full bathroom, shower and all that stuff, TV. There's even some exercise equipment and stuff. And it's definitely awesome. So we are way away from everybody, seclusion. And the only downside to staying there is I just don't sleep well. And part of the reason is that my stepdad sort of gets up with the sun and goes to bed with the sun. So like he goes to bed at like 7 o'clock most nights. Now, when we were there, he stayed up till like 9. Woo! But he's in bed by like 6:30, 7 o'clock during the summertime. And he gets up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock with the sun. And right now they just remodeled, so they don't have any blinds in the whole downstairs. And so like the sun comes in really bright in the morning, and it's hard. So we actually have these pretty awesome sleep masks. But the downside of the sleep masks is I constantly like roll over and I feel them and I have to adjust them, right? So I'm like not really getting the sleep I would if the room was dark. And then I mentioned the bed stuff earlier too, where I just don't do well on a regular bed after sleeping in a Tempur-Pedic for 7 years. I like that soft, floaty feeling, and I don't get that from a regular bed. Maybe a little bit of cushion on the top, but the spring stuff just doesn't work for me. Too stiff. But look like a Hercules, the plane. Hercules! Definitely low flyer. There was a bunch of those. In fact, one plane kept going out, and then it would turn around and come back. And you could see it go way out, like 5 miles, and turn around and come back. Go out. I was like, what are they doing? And my stepdad had no idea. But anyways, for what it's worth, that's pretty much all I got regarding scripted content. I've pretty much gone through everything. Obviously, I have Patreon shout outs to cover. But if you guys have any questions or anything like that, start filling them in the chat right now. Hey, there's the Gerg. We knew we might see you. We missed you earlier, though. Today was the platinum stream for Riders Republic. Curious to see. Where are you at? Did you ever continue playing that? Like you were hanging and then you disappeared. We haven't seen you. You ninja smoked away. You smoked yourself silly, it sounds like. But yes, we've officially wrapped that up. Unfortunately, it didn't go as planned. Kirsten had some disconnect stuff. Didn't get to really progress at all today, so she's gonna have to wait another day to get the platinum. And the game actually misfired or miscounted for Mike, aka BHU or Boo Loon. So he's still working on it too. So hopefully that'll pop up for both of them in the next day or so. The game's definitely been buggy the last couple of days, but it is what it is. Now, hey, real quick reminder, we do have a pinned link at the top of the chat. If you're watching this and you have not subscribed to Kirsten's channel, how dare you? Shame on you. Go do it. Do it now. Subscribe now. Do it now. Right? Isn't that how it goes, Teflon? And yeah, it would be greatly appreciated if you could help support HTG Kirsten, who you guys have likely known and interacted with for many years. And it would mean the world to all of us if you would help subscribe and hit that button. Because right now she's at 421, and we'd like to see that hit 500 like yesterday. So I'm not doing nothing, Chacho says. That sounds like you. All right, so real quick, let's do a reminder about the old Patreons, right? We got patreon.com/HappyThumbsGaming. It's a way for you guys to provide direct support straight to us. You know, YouTube takes a 50% cut of everything, memberships, super chats, you know, all the stuff. So works out well for them, but you know, Patreon was sort of an alternative, and for what it's worth too, I was gonna build like this whole community and do a bunch of stuff, but like I don't even really know what to do. I don't want to put my streams behind a paywall, meaning I don't want you to have to be a Patreon member to attend certain streams, which would be one of the beneficial ways that I could set that up, but I never wanted my stuff to be behind a pay gate. Never. Like, I appreciate all the donations. You guys mean the world to me. I'm here to help, entertain, and interact with you guys more than I am to make money. Now, as a result of all of that other stuff, I do make money, and I have been able to do this full time for a long time, going on 8-9 years that I've pretty much been strictly doing this. Now, I still do some web and graphic design to supplement, and I have some clients that still need my help from time to time and would prefer my work over others, and I'm happy to do that. But ultimately, you know, I never wanted it to be, and same with like all of our games. Like when we do a guide, like I don't always go, oh, you could buy this guy for 1,000,000 studs when there's a guy you could get for 10,000 studs. Like I always go the cheapest route. I always want it to be the easiest, safest, funnest, and that includes, you know, pay gating streams and stuff. So Patreon never really took off, and we still have some generous supporters that have been over there. So every month I definitely do the game breaks. Like the game breaks are still kind of here because of Patreon, because I don't have another way to really make good on things with the tiers I had. So until I sit down with somebody who knows what the crap they're doing and we come up with a new setup for it, you know, it is what it is. But $5 and up gets a visual thank you, which we'll go ahead and do that right now. Looks like Teflon's throwing out some one pieces, some singlets. Congratulations to Mike as well as Luke. That's awesome, man. Appreciate it there, Teflon. But these guys are the guys that have supported at $5 and up. And full facts here, I did not update this month or last month for that matter. So there are a couple of people that have getting some bonus months, because there have been a couple of people that I think realized that maybe they were on this and had forgotten. Like Nam forgot he's on that. Legos, aka Legos. That's and speaking of which, there's Nam right there. Wow, YouTube blocking me from trolling. Yep, good. Boo's already here, bro. I don't need any help from you, sir. Boo is already here. And Bobby was here earlier too. So I've got my fill for the day. By the way, are you available on Friday? So yeah, and then of course we also have the $10 and up supporters too. The more the merrier, in no particular order, and this list is getting much shorter, but nonetheless, we've got the $10 and up shout outs here. So we got Dougie Fresh 613. Thank you, Dougie. Much love to you, sir. Hope all is well out on the East Coast. Next up, we've got Michael Karsberg. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I've been saying it like that the whole time, so I'm probably going to find out it's probably not that way at all. But much love, Michael. I appreciate you and your support. Always like watching all of the stuff you do. Like, I am a homebody. I don't get out and do much, and it seems like you're never at home. You're always out doing stuff, and I really appreciate that. And I see all your posts and concerts and things you do, and I think that's awesome. So keep at it. It's keeping me keeping me active visually. And last but not least, at the $10 and up tier, we've got Bonnie Miller. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for your support. Much love to you. Would love to hear from you. And like I said, hope all is well on your end of the stuffs. All right, what do we got here? Nam is dropping. Wow, the 10 and up didn't even get their names on the screen. No, they never do. That's always been the deal. It's always been the deal. They actually do. All of those names are on this list too. So if you look, you can find yourself a Bonnie Miller, you can find yourself a Douglas Wright, aka Dougie Fresh, and you can also find a Michael Karsberg. So they're all there. Yeah, what did happen last Friday? Boo. Inquiring noms want to know. All right, so here's the status of Boo. He has never once stated that he has no interest in Apex. He's only showed that he has no interest in Apex. And because he hasn't verbalized it to me, I've sort of given him an ultimatum that I'm going to continue to harass him to play Apex until he downloads the game, and we spend at least 45 minutes to an hour in the firing range, shooting at bots, seeing if he can actually get good or not. And if he can, then we'll play it. We'll move on, and we'll have fun times just like the old times. And if he doesn't like it, I told him I'd stop asking and harassing. And he said, "Oh, is that all I got to do to get you to shut up?" I said, "Yep." So he told me he was going to download it today. But the way he was kind of saying it made me feel like he had zero interest in doing it today. To fun with another singlet! Much love, Diffusion! Diffusion. What is up? I'm not sure I've seen that name in the stream, but hopefully you're out there lurking. Interesting. So check this out, too. This is totally new, and I'm just now seeing this. I got asked to be part of a creator cohort. As a group of creators that would sign up, and if we met the criteria, they would have us be part of this. And it was supposed to be for a new shopping monetization experience. Now, if I'm being fully honest, I don't know that I trusted the link and the source. It looked like it was from Google and YouTube, but there was something that was telling me don't click that link. And I think it had, maybe I did click it. And I think it wanted me to like attach my, like log in using my YouTube login. And I don't like doing that at all, ever, because that's just problematic and possible. Third-party apps could easily have a backdoor or some sort of vulnerability, and I try not to do that at all, which is why you haven't really seen me cry about being hacked or anything, because I got two-step on, and I got a bunch, and I've stayed away from the third-party stuff, and you know, now that I said that, I'm probably going to get hacked and lose the channel, but so far so good on that. But the big thing was monetization and a new way to display shopping stuff. I'm looking right now, and I actually have an option to, and tell me if this does anything. Do you guys see that? Wait a minute, what's this? Pick a product to pin in the chat. Use to highlight a product you're talking about. Okay. Oh. Oh. Let's see if this, does this override Kirsten's link too, or does this add a new one? I'm not even, it says product is pinned. I'm not seeing it. Do you guys see anything? If so, tell me what you see, because I just did something. And I said something, too. I typed something out. Happy Easter. So you guys aren't seeing anything. Okay. So I wonder if it has something to do with the pinned comment. You see it? Okay, you do see it. So maybe it's something that is specific to an app, or is there a link though, Nom? Is there anything that goes with the link, or is there any description or anything? Because I don't even see it say check this out or anything in the chat. No link, no anything. So on my end, it shows like a rounded rectangle, and it's got a product with a name, and it also says the price. And I'm going to leave that there. I wonder if like a refresh would do it or something. Let's see if I refresh over here. Nothing. I see nothing. It says nothing. I see nothing. Erase. Yeah. How quickly would that stream be demonetized? Pin just says check this out, and nothing to do anything with, huh? It literally says one product displayed. Well, maybe it'll take some time, or maybe it'll have to be in a future, like next month's Game Break or something. I'll look for it on Wednesday when I stream the Justice League, and I'll see if I can do it then. It might already be defaulted, um, so that it pops up next time. And breaking news. Nobody knows what the F is happening in regards to Damian Lillard still. That's breaking news on Twitter. It's accurate. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. All right, guys. Hey, any questions? Any more torment or harassments or anything that needs to be dealt with should probably be shot out now. So, yeah, let me see here. If you're... No, uh-oh, somebody's Discord. Somebody's Discord. Interesting. So, okay, thank you for that. Let me try one other thing here. Let me see if so I added a second product. Maybe that'll change something. View product. Oh, no. Nom always has something to add. Accurate. Okay, wait a minute. So I just said pin it, and it says product pinned, but I think it's conflicting with Kirsten's. Replace pinned message. To pin message, remove pinned product first. Remove. Okay, so I'm just testing the waters here. Okay, go to channel. Wait, what? No, okay, remove pin. Says the same thing. All right, so it says product pinned. It's popping up with a message. The pinned message up top says message retracted, pinned by Happy Thumbs. All I can do is go to channel. That's the only, I get 3 dots, like a little option, but it says go to channel. I click it and it takes me legit to my channel, which, hey, we're getting close to the 4,000th video upload. 4,000th. 4,000. Think about that. I have 3,936 videos. That's a lot. So it says stay warm with style now. Okay, so you're seeing that, but it's not showing you like the beanie. And it's not showing you the stickers. When I said check this out, it was a sticker pack from the store, htgmerch.com. Huh. Well, we'll have to keep messing with that and see if it changes over time. I appreciate you guys with your feedback and everything. Also says dismiss pinned message. Yeah, I can't do anything with it. Like, it just shows, like, if I click it, it says pinned by Happy Thumbs, and it says 402 Happy Thumbs pinned a message, but it says message retracted. I can't get rid of it. Maybe if I refresh the page. Product pinned again. Oh, that's not pinning anything. That's so bad. So bad. What I sent goes to merge. Yeah, and that's where okay. So when you click it, it takes you to the product, but it doesn't show the product on screen then. Wait a minute. No, it shows the... Oh, wow. Raise, I'm just now seeing it. It shows the beanie in the screen. The link doesn't show it, but it shows it on the actual screen. Ah, why is it not showing for me? I don't see that on my screen. Robert is bad at game. oh, is he still out there? Oh, my bad. My bad. So, Robert is bad at game. Confirmed, right? Hashtag confirmed. All games. All right. Well, including the game called Life. I don't know, man. He's getting Starfield controller, hoodie, plates. He's also getting the Spider-Man PS5. Like, I don't know. He sounds like he's winning in life to me. I mean, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So, for a lot of people, that would be really cool. I don't know if it meets my cool or not. I could have bought it too. I chose to keep my money. Where did he find it on clearance? No, he bought all that ish. Like the second it got announced, he bought it all and was like freaking out, telling me I need to play Starfield day one. And I kept telling him 1 day. So he kept typing day one. I kept typing 1 day, day one day, day one day. It's been going on for a couple of months now. He texts me. Like I'll start getting texts later tonight. He'll be like, day one. You're going to play it day one. You know it's on Game Pass. You don't even blah, blah. But I currently don't have Game Pass. I was planning on getting it when Payday comes back out, so I will have it for that time. But I also requested a code from the developer, so we'll see. But anyways, guys, I can smell my food. I guarantee you it's ready. Wifey hasn't yelled up at me or anything yet, but I appreciate all of you more than you know. I'm going to be working on some Lego 2K Drive, and the wife told me that apparently I'm going kayaking tomorrow too. So definitely going to be a busy day for me. Hopefully I'll have a Lego 2K Drive video ready for Thursday. And of course, I'll be back with Justice League Cosmic Chaos on Wednesday. I don't know why I can't remember the name of that game. Anyways, good to see all of you. But you ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here. Check out happyfilmsgaming.com, the home of our product and gaming reviews. You know, we also got some guides there as well. And we got some social medias too. We'd love to see you on any or all of the above. As always, until next time.